Are we on? I think we're on. So hello to everyone watching on YouTube. This is the Mind Sports Olympiad Grand Prix Agricola Tournament Round 1. We are using the previous arena settings, not the newest set of cards. Draft 8, a meta which I would like to think I do pretty well in, as opposed to the current one I'm struggling with. We have a collector in the first Ox, which is better than the Cord Maker and Field Caretaker. Collector's always a very fun time. Lettuce Patch, Family Friendly Home, and possibly Sculpture Course are the options here. And I mean, if we look at the ELOs, I am right behind Sunny, who is very highly rated in the 4th seat. So not the ideal seat, but getting Collector hopefully fixes some problems. Yeah, I don't know which one to pick here. These all have good potential. If I was more sure I could collect round 1, then Sculpture Course seems pretty viable. But I'll just take the Lettuce Patch. Family Friendly Home also didn't seem perfect. Okay, there was Clay Hut Builder. I mean, we have some very questionable clay combos available. The quote-unquote good card in this pack is Organic Farmer. But with Collector, it's pretty easy to make your pastures non-organic. I'm leaving the chat up so y'all can read my situation as well. It's not perfect. I'm gonna have some distractions coming in about 15 to 30 minutes. Woodfield and Calcium Fertilizers both fairly interesting here, with the Woodfield being better in my opinion. It'll encourage me to sow early along with Lettuce Patch. Definitely don't need to take Cattle Feeder. I mean, this is like Organic Farmer or Pastor, or take Bellfounder and go for a Bellfounder combo for some reason. Alright, so maybe I find some extra capacity cards to help with making things organic. Or I have a big enough family to where I'm eating my breeding pairs down significantly and end on something like, well, if 8844 is the organic situation, then 5 pigs, six cows, 1 sheep, something like that. I'm sure the the spread of those animal points can be moved around in multiple ways. But something like 1 plus 3 plus 4 animal points, 10 total animal points, can still be maximum, well, 4-point Organic Farmer. If I have 4 pastures, usual layout with stables in them. I guess it's also worth considering alternate fence layouts, like if the pastures are a 3x1 and 3 1x1s. 4 4 4 12 or 4 4 4 6 could definitely be worth considering. Tree Gardener's awesome with the amount of food I'm hoping to have. Stock Protector also worth considering. Lawn Fertilizer is the capacity card that I was hoping for. That's pretty cool, actually. Also, it's a very good 4th seat miner. Rocky terrain being around makes me slightly regret not picking Sculpture Course. Stallholder could be good for someone. I think the amount of wood I could possibly get off Tree Gardener is just insane here. I'm not convinced I'm on a big house, meaning Stock Protector is still good tactically, but each action, well, each fencing action coming with 2 bonus wood is probably not as good as the unlikely but possible 18 total wood from Tree Gardener. And I'm gonna get more coffee really quick while, well, no, I only have a minute on my clock. No one has a long draft clock here, so no obvious time to step away. And I'm probably not zoomed in as much as I usually am during the draft. Don't usually see Hardware Store this late in a draft. Very high potential card is Hardware Store. Also seeing a Master Builder and a Luxurious Hostel, which is concerning given I passed a family-friendly home. I mean, I could just take Hardware Store and that's probably better than the hostel anyway. Greengrocer is definitely interesting, but I don't think it's interesting enough. I could definitely consider Truffle Slicer. But I'm not convinced it's worth that many points for me. I feel like taking Master Builder out of the game is a more solid choice. Moral Crusader, not sure how I feel about it. Sackcart is a totally fine Moral Crusader card, but that's not the level of food I'm looking for here. Alright, I've convinced myself I need to just take these. My game is going to be about setting up food and then doing whatever nonsense I can afford afterwards. I don't see any reason to take anything except Field Caretaker here, and I mean, it's not the most inspiring pick in the first place. Milking Place we don't want. Mineral Feeder, I don't know. Remodeling seems like the best option. Remodeling has some really good moments, and I don't think these other ones have great moments for me. Interestingly, Field Caretaker means that I don't necessarily need to collect grain. In case I ever prefer flexibility on something. Sculpture Course did get taken. Family Friendly Home did get taken. Alright, now I'm gonna run to coffee. And yeah, these aren't very exciting. I mean, I really am never playing these ox. Or miners, really. I mean, field clay might be something on clay house. Not super excited to take a clay house line when someone else has clay hut builder. Oh, no one took stall holder. And then I'm not necessarily gonna have more sheep than the other stuff. I don't really know if I can make that work, but maybe it's worth a try. I have 4 cards to sow in. And we have round 1 sheep. Let's see what I get here. I bet I get 3 wood. Realized that someone could go into my Twitch chat and totally troll right now, even though I'm not streaming. So I'll hide that chat box and hope I remember I hit it next time I stream, which I guess is tomorrow for the Wingspan tournament. Alright, so collector game. Hopefully it'll be a good time. Probably don't get 2 clay round 1. Not only because I'm 4th seat, but because sheep round 1. If I get to Ock, I will just play collector, I think. The collect would be woodstone, reed, grain, veg, cow. Second action would be, or second round. Well, I want to mass up a lot of food to run tree gardener. Among other things. But yeah, if I get 3 wood, then don't get 2 clay. Plow is a totally fine option, and maybe my best one. Followed by start player lawn fertilizer is okay. Grain sieve could be better first. I mean, if I don't get plow, which is probably better than 2 clay for me, I don't need to run hardware store. Ricardo, after a long think, decides on 3 wood. Let's see what Doris and Sunny do. If I remember Sunny's... Okay, yeah, okay, well, it's o'clock. Nice. Love running the spice of collector. Cord maker for Sunny, totally reasonable. I don't think there's really another option here. I could play Tree Gardener first. But the real decision is going to be plow or collect. And then if I collect, do I bother with a clay for field caretaker reasons? Who play for Ricardo? Feels like hardware stores over there. Could be something else, though. My plow! I get to go last again next round. I have options here. This is the usual. I'm not convinced that the usual is wrong. Too early to decline room parts. It's more like, would I rather have the clay than the grain? Not really. Would I rather take clay than stone? That feels gross. In a perfect world, I get to like grow first and like have a hearth and build up to a hardware store really quick. Odds of getting to do all that, you know, not super duper high. I prefer 3 wood here. If I don't get it, then Ak is fine. Okay, and it looks like helpers here, so excuse me. Okay, looks like I get plow here. And that's fine. There are actually some lettuce patch lines for stage 1 already. I would be interested in running a lettuce patch line. Going low on early veg isn't perfect, but definitely survivable. Ricardo took start with wage. Kind of an interesting choice. And Doris getting a 6th action bonehead. Yeah, obviously people are working on my ceiling, so I apologize for whatever noise there may be. Alright, Major Minor comes out. 4 clay is the fastest fix to my problems. Ricardo's just first actioning the fireplace unforced. Well, forced by Doris potentially taking BMW. Ricardo is my first guess of where Family Friendly Home is. This has been pretty aggressive on taking room parts. Not that that's a bad thing. I wouldn't say they've played badly. This is Field Caretaker's start lettuce patch into wood sow. I can actually sow 2 grain in a veg. The way the game has gone, it turns out that Sculpture Course was the first pick miner to take over Lettuce Patch and Family Friendly Home. But how was I to know that? Ricardo does have first room. Doris is starting. Well, that is frustrating. That there was this much time to start, and it's now instead of whatever. Needed the clay for Clubhouse, yada yada yada. Fair enough. But now I need to decide what my line is next round, and it probably is start sow, with no one else being able to legally take the action space. Task Artisan for Sunny is nice, though I wonder why I got Hardware Store, because Task Artisan Hardware Store seems pretty good. Oh, Sculpture Course. Made it all the way down there. Well, that does mean Sunny doesn't have Family Friendly Home, which I think is overall a relief. Yeah, so I could go sow into 4 food, but I mean, not sowing the lettuce patch feels so wrong. And it's not like Doris is gonna first action crop, or Sunny is gonna first action... Well, they already spent their grain. Sunny first action plowing and someone else taking 2 reed would be an issue. but these are such outside shots, I don't think they're worth considering at the moment. So yeah, so far, I guess I could have one more grain and one less stone, but let's not worry about that. I do have a 5th wood incoming. But I won't have Reed for a room. It looks like everyone else has been responsible on room parts. There was a pastor. It's possible Doris has clay hut builder and pastor. Their line still looks possible to be that. They're also hesitating a good bit with 4 wood available. It could just be thinking through their moves. Yeah, everyone else has, like, very good room parts. My room parts aren't far off, but it's not ideal. Alright, my SO is guaranteed here. And this sequence does let Sport R, who I've been calling Ricardo because that's his name, does let Ricardo have first room and first sheep move in round 5. There was a Christianity. We'll see if Ricardo plays into that or not. I mean, it seems a very natural fit here. I was worried somewhat about Wreck Carpenter showing up, only because it's a pretty devastatingly good combo with Family Friendly Home, but it does not appear that Ricardo or Doris has that. I don't expect to get 6 wood next round. Not sure what my chances of 3 reed are either. 5 clay might be the, like, big stack to take. Yeah, definitely unfortunate to not get start, but it is what it is. A bit of 4th seat tax there, I want to say. It's fine. I have a very solid start. Silo Keeper for Doris. That activates on fences throughout stage 2. Not a typical play there. Well, I got either 6 wood or 5 clay to open next round. Hearth and hardware store. Clay, potentially. Obviously the oven is legal and playable and all that. Ooh, 6 wood! Excellent. That is actually quite exciting. Might have been safer to pick my tree gardener before the lettuce patch, so I'm not allowed to buy the wood. If I had 2 more food, buying 2 wood plus the 6 wood here would let me build 4 stables immediately and start running stallholder, which would be super sick. But it's going to be hard to get that much more grain this game. The stallholder at 1 stable short of optimal is going to be totally fine. So something like 6 wood reedstones, 6 wood 5 clay, 6 wood 5 food. Nothing super wrong with 5 food. With tree gardening and wanting to play stallholder in my future. I love that I'm grain sieve eligible already. Field clay is already worth 3. Sunny is deciding on task artisan. Ooh, baby! We love getting past a mini pasture as collector. I just wish I had more minor improvement actions. Which I guess I get by having a bigger family. That doesn't look available right now. Ricardo's not first action starting, which is correct. They don't need to. Junior artist. They literally passed on junior artist hardware store. Because I didn't see that junior artist. That is a miss. That is amazing combo if you can find it. Doris does look like they might be the clay hut builder and or pastor. Sunny taking Reedstone, pretty possible given Sculpture course. And if that's the case, I'll just take 5 food. Is 5 food just better anyway? And also, why am I trying to greet a big play stack for this hearth that I'm not even using to feed? Sunny's gonna build. Reedstone's really not a great action when you have collect available, but the collect here is pretty underwhelming. It'd be something like Yeah, well, I can't do anything with the possible animals, so... this should probably not be leaning into a collect at this exact moment. Though, you can get away with very sketchy second collects sometimes. This doesn't feel like the time. Yeah, I feel like Doris is probably past her. This is probably still my best move. Outside shot at getting 4 wood next round. I think I do prefer room and stall holder to other feeding methods this stage. I will probably still eat lettuce this stage. I do plan on having at least 2 more collects later in the game. If growth flips 6, I'll definitely consider a bigger house. If growth flips 7, might not be building any more rooms. Day labor to traveling here for Ricardo instead of start player. I didn't really think this was super likely, but it does let me go for... Well, I don't know what start build lines it lets me actually get away with. Unless I'm super convinced Doris is gonna pass her. Oh, I guess Ricardo going to Ak here is totally sensible too, instead of traveling. What is this? Also, it does give more evidence for Ricardo having family-friendly home. And for that, I would expect them to take 2 read pretty aggressively next round. My guess about fishing and traveling probably getting to 6, I think is still good, but maybe it's not. Doris is gonna start for Sunny, wow. Yeah, maybe starting to build the 3rd room, which is not usually a good idea. It guaranteed puts 2 people in the queue before you if they're willing to park, and it can be worse than that. They've got a forest lake hut. And maybe it's not for the room. Spending 2 clay on Forest Lake Hut does seem less pastory as Sunny takes traveling here. Followed by a sculpture course, I would assume. It is grow. I'm not unhappy to see it. I mean, this looks so much like a clay hut builder pasture plan. Sunny did get rocky terrain. Very nice. Okay. No, this is definitely pasture for Doris. At least that's what they've lined up for. So I could challenge it with the start build. And that's very tempting. I'm gonna go a little crazy and over assume the commitment to pasture clay hut builder. I am with this move saying I intend to build, which does say to Doris you can still have your pasture. We'll see if this deal is accepted or not. Yep. I am still fed off of lettuce patch, but hoping to get more done here. Particularly if I get room blocked 4 wood or 3 wood followed by Ock build next round looks fine. Obviously, Grain Sieve takes away a stable. But it does look like I had a sufficient read on the situation. This is a pasture. Their resources were just a little too perfect for it. For Reno well into build and play clay hut builder. Ricardo taking 6 clay over 2 reader 4 wood is pretty interesting. It does mean family-friendly homes not on the menu. Sunny has managed to get a big stack of wood here, unfortunately. Yeah, because I feel like Ricardo could have taken forward or 2-read into the other one, and then they'd be able to start, well, maybe start build, depending on what Sunny's last action was. With the start being family-friendly home. But Ricardo will simply take 6 wood and start next round. Presumably, as Doris looks to be renoing and building. I guess Ricardo doesn't need to start. Actually, no. Doris is renoing, Sunny is building. Or now Doris is building into renovating Clay Hut Builder. That would make plenty of sense, too. And obviously I'm here to grow. And I could pay a grain to play Woodfield, or Field Clay, or Remodeling, but I won't. Build Reno looks better than Reno build to me for Doris, given Sunny can build, so let's see which order things happen in. Sunny did sculpt a wood for 2 food. Ooh, yes, is pretty good for Sunny, but might require a stable block. And I could ignore Stallholder for a moment, but the Stallholder should buy me extra tree gardening supplies. And those seem helpful right now. But yeah, 4 wood and 3 reed are just sitting there. I gotta just get this down. Unfortunately, Ricardo's gonna start here instead of taking room parts. Doesn't seem to be a helpful time to take start. I don't think they have beating rod. I'm trying to think of what their first minor could be. Yeah, this doesn't seem super helpful tactically with Doris having room parts. Big stacks on the board right now. I mean, I guess it does mean they're just ditching family-friendly home. Yeah, in my head they're just like hardlining it, but if they're gonna ignore it, then start here to grow is the move, I suppose. And we'll see if Doris clay hut builders right now. Indeed they do. And Sunny can take 3 reed, 3 stone, 3 reed, 4 wood, like literally whatever their heart desires. To an extent, I guess. Four wood to dissuade start building might be good for them. Wait, Sunny built a stable. Yeah, I feel like 1 stable is not a great move there, but if they intended on taking sheep with one of their actions here, that is definitely reasonable. This could be like 3 sheep, 3 stone. We'll see if Doris goes for a start build, leaving all the stuff on the board. There's going to be some sauce on the board. In the meantime, I should be deciding how many trees I want to buy off of Tree Gardener. I mean, probably all of them. It is the sheep. There will be some premium piles of stuff available. I would like to get a cooking hearth here next round. But I can do other things. 3 stone. Very reasonable. Yeah, I don't think I saw any plow help, so plowing is going to be pretty big. I don't need to play more ox, at least for quite a while. But I might want to play a food miner. And is that mini pasture? It might be mini pasture. I don't think it's wood field. It could be remodeling or field play. But I think if I didn't have mini pasture in hand, this would have been a buy 1. Alright, well, if Ricardo grows, then I am guaranteed 5 wood, 4 wood, or 4 reed. I don't think it's going to be the reed, because I think Sunny's taking it. But I could be wrong. Let's just see what happens. Doris also has the start build, as I mentioned, so we'll see if they go for that. Or go for more stacks of stuff. 5 wood is... there are certainly worse things. Excited to see what Kratos got from hand here as the miner. I do want to do some collecting this stage, which is why I want a hearth, so I can eat some of the breeding animals, but I wasn't convinced of the order of operations, so I wanted to be able to mini pasture this round in case that was my best way to get collector capacity. 2 stables and mini pasture, with mini pasture being lawn fertilized, means that I can breed 2 pairs. Not that that's particularly useful right now, but it is possible. And that food basket was not a first pick, but it is a good card. It does take Ricardo farther from room parts. Doris is going for the start build to grow ahead of Sunny. As compensation, Sunny gets 5 wood or 4 reed. I will take the other happily. Wildlife reserve for Doris. I mean, I think I'm fairly happy to get these reed. Cord maker can go. It is also worth considering for clay into Reno. But yeah, 4 wood, 4 clay, plow, Reno mini pasture. All of those look fine. Building more rooms is something I want to look into. I also need to consider how many stalls I'm holding. Getting some junior artist action here, which is not 4 wood or 4 clay. Doris will be building. Sunny, I imagine, takes a 4 stack. Four clay would be a little unfortunate for me. I guess more than a little. So I'm hoping Sunny chooses some other option, but if Sunny goes for 4 clay, then I am probably plowing. Four clay is not exactly a perfect number either, but whatever. Doris building 1 stable. Wildlife reserve is a situation where 1 stable is fine. It does allow 1 breeding pair. Bummer. But fair enough. That is totally a fine move for Sunny. Yeah, I guess having Stallholder in both of the next 2 rounds if I wanted it means that I could have bought more Tree Gardener. I'm now realizing that I can't really wait for 4 clay because Sunny will take it again. Unless I leave 6 wood. Which also doesn't seem great. I could collect and ignore a sheep. Also doesn't sound ideal. I do think I need to stall hold. And I don't think I can let Sunny get the wood. But I do think this means Sunny takes 4 clay. If that happens, I just plow, collect, sow. Wait, even though I also need to mini pasture? Awkward. I don't need to sow this stage. I can just stall hold again. Yeah, I'll take 4 clay or 3, or plow, whichever one Sunny doesn't. I could build 2 stables instead of mini pasture. Has a funny amount of sense to it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I should be collecting. This is not the right ox spot. I mean, I want to like work remodeling into this. Alright, looks like Ricardo's gonna build again with Roof Examiner, which is fun. I mean, I shouldn't kill off my own ability to build. I assume this is still Roof Examiner, just on the other ox base. I guess an important note for the tournament in general is that we have 16 people, not a super big field here. And the way the tournament is set up is that you need first and second, or second place this round to be finals eligible. That is, to make the semifinals. Round 2 is just, like, all the firsts and seconds are remixed and play with each other. More or less. And basically the winners of those tables are pretty likely to make the final along with 2 others. But yeah, getting first or second is very important in round 1, winning super duper important round 2, and in round 3. Obviously, you would like to win all 3 games. Yeah, if I had bought Tree Gardener, I could go one more, stable on a room. And that would be pretty sick. Alright, so my lines are attempt to start build. Oh, this is pottery, not hearth. With 4 actions incoming. Fair enough. Yeah, so we could start into a collect if we get presumably room blocked by Sunny building stables. We could just admit we're not getting there and collect now. We could build now, which would likely put Sunny into starting. Ricardo has said they want to play Roof Examiner. So the thing is that build collect doesn't feel great. I could use the clay, which is kind of funny, kind of sad. But I think my miners are probably good enough to try the start build here, and collect is good. If it misses. The stall holder still feeds me. I probably want to collect a food. I don't know. The 3 animals. Grain, veg. And then wood, clay, food. 2 of those 3. It is pretty sad that I'm considering clay. But sometimes you need it. I'm just so shocked that Ricardo doesn't have this hardware store. First pick junior artist hardware store is available. Yeah, so basically I was thinking that if Sunny starts, the odds Ricardo takes 3 wood are not as high as usual. They're still, like, fairly high, but it's closer to 50% than 100% because they have good junior artist spots. Eating the sheep is odd. They do have the cow incoming, so I guess it doesn't really matter, and it lets them analyze their food situation better. But it does mean they are not considering 3 wood fence 13. Yeah, getting blocked on room here is fine because, yeah, there's like roughly 50% I get 6 wood after collecting a breeding pair and other stuff that I need. I'm only going to be stall holding once next stage, which does mean I need a sow. On the other hand, no one else has gotten fields here. Ricardo going for food. I mean, food's very good, but not exactly sure the reason. And Sunny is gonna let me build here. Question mark. Not believing in the stable block, going for a wool grower, also showing truffle slicer. Which will have 3 capacity, but I do think is the better move. Though it is, again, a little weird Sunny didn't buy Hearth. They do have 2 sculpture course timings left. So yeah, I could go for 6 wood, but it's fine. I have late game tree gardening and capacity right now. The action is probably pretty good. And Sunny told me I couldn't do it in clay. Now to hope I didn't miscalculate with when I stall holded, but I'm pretty sure I didn't this round. Yeah, it was last round. This is definitely the right time to check. It's not. But yeah, grow. I think I toss away a grain. My last grain. No, I can't toss away my last grain. I grow nada. Ricardo should not be taking 3 wood here unless they don't want 6. And that would be unexpected, but apparently still happening. Alright, that went great. I would like to reap 2. I guess I wouldn't be eating my last grain. But if I'm planning to stall hold, I should keep my grain. Well, stall hold for the rest of the game. That was a very interesting 3 wood move. It says they want 3 stone or plow. or fence tempo, the latter not being super likely in my estimation. Is Woodfield worth it here? Probably. This is what I was afraid of. Yeah, I was afraid of Sunny having a big plow. That helps them a lot. Oh, I can stall hold right now. To play one of these. That makes collecting extremely mandatory. This round and next round before sowing. And I think Sunny is first action plowing. And is right before me. I don't know how good Woodfield is. I mean, I do want to collect twice still. It's a matter of, will Sunny first action sow next, or even second action sow? I don't know. Woodfield is a stretch. I'm actually thinking, yeah, that my other moves this round should be collect sow. And I would like to do more, but I really shouldn't. Yeah. I haven't run two stable stallholder before. It's been interesting. Ricardo is taking the 3 stone. The well was bought pretty early by Doris. Who I hope is going for 2 read and build just to cause chaos, but I'm not sure how viable that line is for them overall. They're taking Reedstone. I assume Sunny is plowing. I mean, I want to take 4 wood. Sunny wants to plow. Sunny can take 2 pigs. Sunny doesn't need to first action plow. There are 5 rounds to get farmland still. But Swing Plow is a card that gets even better against slightly weaker tables, in my opinion, because understanding plow pressure in this format is a thing. Doris is Aking. Maybe. I mean, 2 pigs is still possible. Playing Greengrocer. Yeah, taking ditching a sheep and taking 2 pigs, not bad at all. But it's reasonable that they don't want to. Let's see what Sunny does. It is Plow. Yeah, I think this really pushes me on to collect so this round, unfortunately. And if Sunny sows this round, I'm fine with that. But that would be a surprise to me with likely 4 of something or 2 pigs being available. Full buying rocky terrain is sensible with a sculpture course. As we get more action happening on the roof. Alright, so breeding cows are happening. Collecting a cow will get me to 6, but I'm gonna be eating some cows, hopefully. I'm not intending to play Master Builder, but it's not out of the question. There goes the hearth. That's not what I was expecting Ricardo to buy. I mean, it's definitely fair, but yeah, not expected. It does put the cheap fireplace back in the game, which Doris might be snapping up right now. Clay oven would be a bit of an unexpected purchase. Yeah, so double early stone happened this game. Pretty good for sculpture course. Oh, second hearth. Okay. Well, I'm glad I have these non-hearth food sources. Because I'm not getting a hearth. It's fine. Sunny just gets 4 wood though. Yeah, I got seat position this game. Which happens. I've been on the other side of it plenty in my life. And we hope the power of Collector saves us. But there are some outstanding issues at the moment. Namely, Sunny being close to done If I pretend to forget field caretaker, other people might also. Is it good reasoning? No. Is it better than no reasoning for which field to skip? Absolutely. Yeah, this is not a super strong position tactically for me. Ricardo is taking the pigs, which is a bit of a relief. Sunny has waited too long on those pigs. I mean, that's not the hugest deal because of all the other stuff they have. I do need to take Clay aggressively next round. I don't know if it needs to be higher priority than 6 wood, but we just hope that 6 wood doesn't show up because Sunny only needs 3 more for fencing 14. And Doris gets a food on it, so yeah, that works too. But now Sunny might want a veg, but otherwise 4 clay is not bad for Sunny. Yeah, especially with the effects it has on me. I do have this sneaky field clay that I am not opposed to breaking out. Yeah, this field clay could end up being humongous. But I don't have the food for it right at this moment. Yeah, I might just be 5 food first action. As much as I would like to do other things. Doris buying a greengrocer is interesting. There is 2 sheep on the board. And now Ricardo and Doris can both sow. Sunny doesn't have a veggie, meaning sowing now is slightly worse. No one taking that 3 read immediately. Doris is just starting though. Okay. Assuming that's still happening. The MW is still out there. I mean, I assume Sunny is actually taking the read here and possibly building. I would like to collect this round and fence, but yeah, my resources are just not there for it. Doris taking the read would give them better odds for a room in round 12. They're taking Reedstone. They have finally made a decision. Sunny going straight to Major Minor. For the joinery. Now that's kind of unexpected. It does mean I do not get fireplace this round. I mean, I could. But I'm gonna start. For You Can't Deny Me Clay. This is one clay short of fireplace. Which means collect is a reasonable option. Yeah. Collect Reno Fireplace. The only major buying is on Reno now. And if I don't get 3 wood... I only have space for 2 animals, which means my collect would be cow pig, wood clay, grain veg, stone food. Because I don't need a reed and I can't hold a sheep. Alright. Reed is definitely viable if I had odds at BMW, but Sunny taking the reed here and cord makering a veg, very solid. Is gonna grow instead of sow, I think. That's assuming they're not gonna happen together. Alright, this should be my last collect of the game. And I will just ignore sheep on my farm. Yeah. I guess stone oven's available also. But it has to be fireplace, I think. I mean, I wasn't gonna collect anything else. It has to be fireplace, and then if I want stone oven, remodeling might happen, but meh. Roof examiner here. I'm definitely fine with either round 12 option. Now that I have food, I can tree garden more aggressively. Wage has been slowly building up with these 2 guilds. Yeah, not holding a ton of animals is kind of okay because of my organic farmer aspirations. I will be stall holding hopefully the rest of the game. And I'm not gonna lettuce right now because I think I lettuce up to twice the rest of the game and the food tempo won't matter. Okay, so I have 6, 9, 11 grain. That is not the correct parity. I want to be on evens, not odds. I mean, the fourth collect does not look bad. Everything but read. I think I have a use for, like, pretty much everything but the reed. There is the question of, do I just have enough to win here? Especially if I take one more beggar. And that is something I don't really have an answer to. Sunny did eat a clay, meaning they can't actually build right now. And I am slightly surprised by that. Going last in round 12. I think having a build grow sequence would look pretty good. It also saves them 2 wood from having 4 pastures and filling out their farm. But that is a smaller deal. It is urgent, meaning there's more plow pressure in the game. I'm fine with that. This could go urgent plow cows, pigs. Yeah, 3 stone with a collect gets me to stone oven. I just have to be aware that Ricardo can take stone oven. I have playable miners. Let's see, I had 11 grain. So one of my stall holds is kind of free. If I get 2 sown grain, then it's also totally good. I could have up to 4 more spaces to sow this game, not counting Woodfield. I do want to be fencing late. For extra stall food, but that's not a huge priority, admittedly. Doris might start here. They've seemed pretty interested in late game starting, but there are 2 cows. Admittedly, there's also not infinite pressure on those 2 cows, with Ricardo having a cattle whisperer, Sunny not being able to hold them. So yeah, this is a good not cow move, though pigs would be a very good move as well. Starting for urgent or cultivation is reasonable. Not taking pigs, pretty reasonable. The reedstone food now adding up. The extra reed for the acorns basket. Reedstone food gets them their last reno. I will say sometimes I find it easier to read lower rated players based on their resources. Often their resources speak volumes, especially if they're undoing moves and then ending up with a specific set of resources you weren't super duper expecting. So yeah, 4 wood's fine here. 3 stones definitely fine here. Building 2 stables as an action is kinda sus. Especially because one of the stables wants to go into the pasture for organic reasons. I guess it's still better than... it's a little food better. Min-maxing a bit of food is not a big priority though with 2 breeding pairs and other food sources. And if, well, defense pressure doesn't look that terrible. I mean, mini pasture is still in Ricardo's hands here. Is Renault not BMW? Mini pasture would be a bit odd. The Reno here does mean that Stone Oven is more available now. Yeah, this Reno is not super duper well timed. I would be more interested in 3 stone if Sunny didn't automatically get 3 stone on their farmland move next round. Yeah, this fencing move makes way more sense. There are still 2 ox in Sunny's hand, which I didn't see, and 2 miners as well. It's not the ideal of things to not have seen. Doris and Ricardo's fence arrangements have been weird, and hint at a ranch provost. Oh, these are silo keeper cows. Nice. That is their first silo keeper. I have forgotten all about it. Let's see if my 4 wood action encourages Sunny enough to get 4 wood here. I mean, it is basically their best action, I would assume, and they do take it. I think it is time to take 3 stone. possibly stables. And I still want to stall hold this round. How bad would it be to collect before building stables or fences? I'm expecting Ricardo to Reno now, but I guess I can't be sure. I really don't know what this fence arrangement is about, but that's fair. Like, I don't have to understand everything. Yeah, I guess if you're looking to min-max the fence arrangement here, I feel like putting the fence here is better for 12 and 6 versus 14 and 4 capacity. Otherwise, I would also suggest moving these two fences here and here for two 2x1s on top of a 2x3, and you could possibly just destroy or save a wood to fence 14. It is family-friendly home on the Reno for a food. My suspicion they had family-friendly home does turn out to be correct. Second spouse for Doris, and they didn't play it in time to use it this round. Oh no. It does mean they're fully going cultivation. Sunny probably going farmland. Which means we'll have 3 stone after that move, assuming they sculpture course. Yeah, I'm deciding between collect and stable with this move, or 3 wood. I definitely want to start for Plauso. Clay oven? That's reasonable. That's very reasonable. No, there's the fireplace. Okay. Also reasonable. Yes. And still threatens the stone oven. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I need to start player. first move next round. Cultivation, farmland. Start player. Sheep. Okay, I think I probably want to try not collecting. Which means this is stables or wood. And I don't super like the idea of being behind on fences with Doris possibly building fences later through some thing. Some desire. But the collect gets me stone oven parts. I could take clay and have clay oven parts. Let's roll with that. I don't have to take clay. I can start remodeling and have clay oven parts. Oh, I found it. That wasn't the hardest thing to find. I am gonna fence in round 13, assuming Sunny doesn't, but I'm not gonna put a ton of priority on it. Stables are just as helpful for now. Sculpting a wood. So yeah, this is gonna go cultivation, farmland, probably. And then start player, I think urgent over sheep for Ricardo. Doris will maybe take the sheep. Maybe take Reed and build, I don't know. With my 4 non-start actions, I will definitely consider taking sheep. Fences is a big priority. I'm okay with stall holding for a point and a food. Eating cows is slightly better. Well, I don't have that many cows to eat without collecting again. Reno clay oven is good. Yeah, my current grain count is 11. So, yeah, one clay oven, 4 away to stall holder puts me at 6, and my plow sow, I sow 1 grain, 2 veggies. Yeah. That means I will have 1 lettuce remaining. Clay oven is at risk from Doris, even though they don't have a grain right now. And Doris is less incentivized to take sheep because they have pigs incoming. Something that is slightly unfortunate, in my opinion, about how Agricola ends up working in these skill unbalanced, I'll call them, games, when you're right after the other, or your biggest threat in the game, I guess is the more accurate way to put it. When you're right after the biggest threat in your game, starting becomes more important, especially in late game. You do want to try to jam those in when you can. And that is how I decided, I think fairly quickly, to want start player this round. It does seem quite unlikely that I'll have space for a 5th field, but I might as well keep it because organic doesn't improve when you go from 4 pastures to 3. I do have otherwise a fine 7 space, 15, fence arrangement. Doris taking Reno parts over the sheep that I was late on realizing they don't need. If Sunny chooses to delay fencing or sowing or renoing, we can see what we can try to force them into first move at the risk of being like field fenced or something like that, whatever equivalent would be. Because like I haven't seen 2 ox and 2 miners that Sunny has, and I'm not happy about that. There is a reason I got hardware store 4th, I'd have to presume, and I don't think it was swing plow. I mean, I don't think I've seen... The only... it's possible Clubhouse was taken over hardware store, but yeah, hardware store ending up with me is just weird. Oh, also funny with lawn fertilizer, I do want to fence 3 1x1s. So my fencing is gonna look pretty weird. Oh. Well, I thought field fences was less likely because this is not the fence arrangement I would expect with the field arrangement. I would expect these two fields to be here and here. This is like 2 wood worse. Alright, well... that's helpful information. The undo. For tighter fences. Well, that is pretty good tactically for Sunny. Leaves them tons of options next round. However, it does help me. In the sense that Sunny's fence block now costs 3 wood and becomes even less likely. Okay. Undo. It also means I don't have a rush to fence this round. Just knowing that Sunny has field fences means that Sunny is running out of time. Okay, so if I don't need defense now... and I can't reno clay oven right now. I could just clay oven. Could take the sheep. Sheep is probably the right answer. $13 wood. I'm gonna get up to 3 more. I want 15, so I only need to buy 1 off of Tree Gardener. If I buy a second, it allows me to play Hardware Store. Alright, my plan is to go, well, try to get Fence, Pig, Clay Oven this round. Doris's last move here. Kind of hoping it's 3 wood, which would let them reno fence. There is no reno pressure as long as I'm happy to take... oh, it's freaking second spouse, obviously. Obviously. I'm only at 11 grain if I sow 2 of them, which I can do. Right now I have 6, 7, 8, 9. And I want to burn 4 of them, so I have 5. Yeah, okay, so I need to sow 2 grain and 1 veg. That's fine. I can do that if I have enough food. And I should have enough food. That is something I'm not lacking. Okay, so fences is not blockable by my opponents, but pig is, and major is. I mean, I don't really know what they've got planned. I guess if I fence first, then pigs are less likely to show up. On the next action. Okay, fair. I think I still want to fence or stable. Sunny now taking fence pieces and or joinery pieces. Well, they're joinery pieces. Bit surprising, but I guess Sunny's food is not perfect. Alright, we have weird lawn fertilizer arrangements happening. I guess without the pig, I should have... No, the breeding capacity is too good. Last action. I have 2 food from stalls. I have 0 food from lettuce. I have 3 food from cow, which means... and I need 1 or 2 food for organic farmer, which means... And 1 or 0 food for... 1 or 0 food for the improvement. I'm plow sowing for 1 billion. I probably should be calculating scores. Well, the score calculation that's important right now is it worth blocking Sunny? And the answer to that would seem to be yes. Meaning I take the clay and threaten taking more clay. Also, this does allow a room with my stable move. Okay, no, I should definitely be doing this. So read room stables after plow sow. Read room stable and possibly pig. And then I eat a point of something Oh, I forgot Reno. Plauso, Reed, Build, Reno, Ock. It's a big round. And I need to be ready to abandon it unless it's my only winning line to get all of those moves. I mean, the Reno is only like 1 point better, so I can hope that Doris goes for a wood pile. To Ren fence with, even though Ren, well, no cookeries. Alright, well, it starts with Plauso. Then, I presume, Urgent. Plow for Doris? And then I don't know why Sunny would take Reed except to block me, but blocking me is definitely something Sunny probably cares about. Organic is already worth 3, the stable just makes it 4. Yeah, I'm 2 food short. That's okay. It does mean that sowing the second veg or the second grain are identical. And that's also identical to, like, eating a cow or 2 sheep. I did not really expect to end up with Stallholder sealing this game, but here we are. Yeah. For anybody wondering why I didn't try to max Stallholder one more round, it's because breeding this past stage was worth more. I think. Or at least it wasn't worth less. And more importantly, it saves me from having to scramble fence. Because Sunny has a spite fence available, and Doris could be taking wood for fences at any point. And yeah, it's just tactically really nice for me to be able to Reno 5th action. I just had a very funny thought. Can you Stallholder in the middle of Overhaul? That would be a funny yes. Don't think it's very applicable here, but it's a funny thought exercise for future game considerations. Doris greengrocering a cow. which is a net of 1 food. Why does it feel like I did the stall holder math wrong? I don't know. No, this is fine. Looks like Doris ate their pig. When they could have eaten another cow? Interesting. I guess it won't matter long term. I should also consider the possibility that Sunny builds single stable. But Sunny has to sow. After that, Sunny could single stable if I try to greed these 3 extra points on a room here. So yeah, going for Reed Bank is 3 points, but greedy. Very greedy. Time to calculate. I have 12 points incoming on 3 moves, which means I can end at 54, just taking a food move / 1 point move with my last action. Sunny is breeding a point, 47, 49, 51, 53. Sunny doesn't have better than a 1 point last action as far as I can tell, and that's a problem regarding my ability to get blocked. Sunny did eat a wood and still had, yeah, okay. No, that was a good move. Okay. So, I should not greed. I don't mind the clay action itself because of, it removing a point or more from Sunny's game. And, like, my last action here is projected to be 1 point still. But I'm now realizing that I can still take Stone Oven. If Doris does anything besides build stone oven. This is tricky. This is tricky. Two stables is like a 3-point move as long as organic happens, but waiting on the reno is dangerous. I could get double blocked here. Just seems less likely. Yeah, this might have just been a 2-point move also, because I could have just renoed. This was probably not a good move. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. Should have just reminded myself what my safer winning lines were. I mean, I still don't know Sunny's hand, and a full farmer or wood carrier would be pretty good over there, and not impossible at all. But this is very good news. Please confirm. Whew. Taking that before clay pit is interesting. It does make me kind of scared about stables wood carrier lines. But I already took some greed to get here. Is this like a half-timbered house incoming here? Also, I think I might have been double counting my extra stable, or one of the stables, as points on both the stable action and the organic action when I have 6 points on my last 2 moves here. So Doris will get Reno Fence and Urgent. I guess I should have seen that as what was happening. Yeah, I forgot about Second Spouse again. Stables was better. I hope Sunny takes 5 clay, which would kind of say that they've basically hit their ceiling. And then have 2 clay or 2 wood as their last action. I need to organic farmer. I have enough food to play it on either space and only eat 1 point. I think. Yeah. A lettuce or 2 sheep is 4 food for 1 point. Ricardo's last move could be grain, could be veg. I guess veg is the point between those two. Grain can be eaten. And Ricardo could have half-timbered house as well. The resources line up very well for that. 1 pig also a point, as is veg. Yeah, Sunny needs to find 7 food. They have 2 from joinery, 1 in their supplies, 3, a pig is 5, 2 sheep would be 7, and then they'd still be short of food. So Sunny is trying to find a food along with any remaining points. Clay pit is for sure 2 points for them, or 1.2 food, or 1.2 food that I already counted. No, I didn't count it. So yeah, clay pit is a point and food together. It's not clear if that exists for Sunny on any other action, especially with no one taking Reed Bank for BMW. Because that would give Sunny a grain to eat. Off of Cord Maker. Yeah, tricky endgame here. I probably got... Well, I don't know how much luck there is. I did make a couple very important reads on Doris that probably will help me win or get close to winning here. We do get the stables from Sunny. I have a lot of 1-point options, but I only have 1 super move now. don't really see Sunny getting past 50 or 51. And, I think I've got that covered with plenty of resource tiebreaker. Hardware store would be a very funny last action. But it is worse than just taking food because of resource tiebreak. Passing wage would be fun as a 4-food move. Veg, pig are also points. Let's see, one of my cows needs to live at home, and then the upper right pasture is just not organic, and that's fine. Doris takes urgent. This is my stallholder record. 7-point stallholder. This is gonna end up being just pretty sick. Great grain sieve also. Yeah, Sunny now showing 51, breeds to 52, but I think has to eat 2 points. What did I say was fun? Passing wage. Yeah, I can't buy BMW. The food is the same value to me as a veg. I guess, yeah. Do this. I'm like super winning resource tie breaks. And I need to reorganize my animals. I guess I might as well reorganize them. This should get it to 53. Should be a 2 to 3 point win. Alright, cool. 4th seat survived. Thank you, Collector, for being great, as always. Yeah, cool way to start the tournament here in round 1. 7.17 food stall holder. Not the typical output. Often a 4-point stall holder will be worth more food, but in a collector game, food was less important. I mean, food is always incredibly important, and if I did get more stables down, then surely I save a point of sheep or something, or cows rather. Either way, this is enough. And it is possible, even likely I'll say, that stables was the correct second action over the massive pile of stone. But I do think that not going for the room was very important, because that just fully wastes the read action. And worse than that, gives Sunny a food. Which does end up being worth a point, as Sunny is going to eat pig, play, sheep, sheep, sheep. Oh no, sheep, sheep. Alright, so it is a 3-point win. Cool. This game was pretty long, it seems. I need to do that. Whoops. You saw my email address. That means I should probably have to edit this video now. Awkward. I guess it's not that bad when I'm recording rather than streaming to... Okay, whatever. I guess I don't know people's scores yet. Or at least Ricardo's and Doris's. I feel more confident asserting what Sunny's score and my score will be. Yeah, I mean, we must be the last table to finish with everyone spectating in now. It looks like Tigo, Econ Sean, and DVLOT won the other 3 tables. Second place is going to Adzito, Dictator, and Pepicos. Score. Oh yeah, we're all to blame for thinking for a million years. Ricardo ended on 33, Doris ended on 39, Sunny did end on 50, and I did on 53. Send. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. But I guess I'm stopping the recording here because this is probably gonna be 2 YouTube videos. So I guess that was TMI. Sorry. Thanks all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this round 1 game. I hope you, well, I'll just post round 2 no matter what happens, even if I get crushed. Alright, take care everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.